Kol Omer Kra, Yomer Ma'akra, Kol Bashar Chatzir V'Chol Chasto K'tzitz HaSadeh, Yavesh Chatzir Navel Tzitz, Ruach Adonai Noshvabo, Achin Chatzir Ha'am, Yavesh Chatzir Navel Tzitz, V'Elohim Yakum La'olam. The voices cry out, and I say, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, all its beauty is like the flower of the field. The grass withers, the flower fades. Surely we as people are grass, the grass withers, the flower fades. But the word of our God shall endure forever.
Poem to a sunflower. I see you there in glory, shining bright, following the sun and its path of light, standing tall above all others in the field. You grow, conquer, and do not yield. The little birds take great delight in playing round you from day and night. With your petals of yellow and your leaves of green, how very easily you are seen. But there is more to you than first sight, more than beauty and grandeur to delight. Every beautiful aspect that appears gives praise to God dear. God made you a part of creation, and you praise God in glorious celebration. The beauty that within you is expressed gives testimony to God's greatness. Sunflower, how I long to be like you, glorifying God in all I do, following God and God's path of life, to worship God in God's glory shining bright. I can learn from you, my friend. With every breath, praise to God I might send. With all of creation telling the story, might I, with you, proclaim God's glory.
I'd like to invite Anna's Aunt Irene, Auntie M, please come forward.
Eli, Eli, oh God, my God, I pray that His love never ends. Eli, Eli, Shelo Yigamer Leolam, Hakol V'Hayam, Rishus Shelamayim, Yirak HaShamayim, Tfilos Adam, Ukul V'Hayam, Rishus Shelamayim, Yirak HaShamayim, Tfilos Adam. Oh God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the wind, the praise of my heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the wind, the praise of my heart.
Times such as this, times of grief and bereavement, sadness and sorrow, In many places we turn to try to find comfort and guidance. That place to which all peoples turn is the book of Psalms, and especially Psalm 23. We do so because more than just a collection of verses, it's a prayer which comes from the heart. The words of the psalm are found on the inside of the tribute card which was distributed as we entered. And I ask that we join together now with Psalm 23 to reach out from our hearts and offer comfort to one another. And so we continue. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He has me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He guides me on paths of righteousness. He revives my soul for the sake of his glory. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod do comfort me. You set a table in sight of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall abide in the house of the Lord forever. Mizmor David, Adonai Ravi lo exar bino deshi arbit seni, amei bino choti nacholeni nafshi yeshovei. And came to Maglit Sarkaman Shmo Gam Kilet Begate Sonavet Lo Irara, Kiatayimadi. Shiftecha Mishan Tekahemi and Akamuni. Tarof Lefanai Shulchan Negid Solarai, Dishanta Veshem and Roshi Kosi Ravaya. October Kesed Yudifuli Koyime Chayan. V'shavti B'veit Adonai La'orach Yamin, surely goodness and mercy shall follow her all the days of her life, and she shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Our tradition has much to say regarding death and how we are to approach bereavement and grief. There are a myriad of codes and commentaries dealing with mourning. Yet as much has been written concerning the mourning process, as different as each book is from every other, so are all of these texts meant to help us restructure our lives. Begin how to learn how to live with the emptiness, the loss of a loved one stirs up inside, how to create a new normal. This morning we are truly concerned by a feeling of emptiness and the surreal nature of our gathering to mourn the death of Anna Greenberg. And yet, especially because of who she was and will ever be to us and for us, it is to those codes we need to turn in order to begin to extend to her the tribute she has earned, the tribute she so deserves. And what is it the codes tell us to do in response to the death of a loved one? Well, they tell us to do, among many different rites and rituals, two very particular things. To run two different films, both at the same time in our minds. The codes tell us that in response to her death, we're supposed to say Kaddish, and we're supposed to say Shehechianu. To give voice to our grief and to offer thanks for that which is so much a part of us, will forever remain a part of us, even as she is so far apart from us. Why Kaddish? Because it is through the words of the Kaddish that we can begin to come to terms with the reality of our loss. So a doxology, a praise of God, which does not mention death at all. The Kaddish connects us with our pain and enables us to embrace it. We pause to say Kaddish. So are beloved in our hearts and minds. So are we linked with the way they touched us in this world in which we live. So do we know that their memories will always be alive and among us. Why Kaddish? Because it's through the words of Kaddish that we can begin to find comfort and guidance, which will help us come to terms with the death we've experienced. For even as we are left with the emptiness of Anna's death, we must remember that we are not alone. With the death, God looks down at his creation, sees his world. Life itself has been diminished. God looks down at his creation and weeps. As God is weeping, we say Kaddish, to offer comfort to God. Recognize that as we weep, so there is another who weeps with and for us. We say Kaddish in part to comfort God, for God's loss. And that God is there extending his comfort to us as well. Why Kaddish? Because Anna was too much to us and for us to be forgotten or left unattended. And as long as we do say Kaddish, remember her. So will she live on. Death cannot endure where memory resides. The strongest memory of all is the one which is spelled out through the words of the Kaddish prayer. The words which together spell out the one word, love. The love she had for us, the love we had and will forever have for her. Yet even as we mourn, even as the surreal nature of our gathering becomes all too real to us, so is it ours to say Shehechianu. Why Shehechianu? Why that short benediction so often, usually if not always, associated with simchas and joyous festivals? It is ours to say Shehechianu, according to the codes, for the Yerusha, the inheritance, the lessons of life and love which were so well taught, which are now ours to teach the next generation. Why Shehechianu? Because of the memories, the moments she created for us and with us, the way she is so much of who and what we are now, and who and what we may yet become. Why Shehechianu? Because all that she accomplished must be told and retold. Because of the way she touched us and touched this world. Because of the lasting impression she made on us. Why Shehechianu? Because of the life and love she so freely created with us. Moments we will forever cherish. It's the way she lived her life. We say Shehechianu not in response to her death, but as a chatimah, as a final benediction, a blessing, a prayer for the way in which she lived her life. We say Shehechianu with the hope and the prayer. We might learn to say those words as she lived them. Why Shehechianu? Because that's Anna. That's the way you look like directly between the eyes, and despite, in spite of how messy and unfair so often seems to be. You live it, and you love it anyways. Why Shehechianu? Because we all have an Anna story, a special memory that will always inspire us and enable us to reach that much higher. Because we each have a special memory of her unique life, and it was a good one. Memories filled with laughter and tears. And to ensure that she is remembered as she lived, so it is important that we take this time to remember her as she was when she was at her best. And remember her as she will always be to us and for us. First, I want to share some of the special memories Bruce shared with me. Memories reflecting her character and her presence. And then we'll be calling on a few people who will be speaking, knowing that even as they speak and share their memories, so they speak for each and every one of us. The memories of one who will forever be Anna Banana. Someone who was a driver and driven, who always wanted people to follow the good. She was her mother's daughter. Many similarities. She was high on life and inspiration, filled with Jewish pride, and always engaged in a journey. The cup was always half full, never half empty. And she knew that she would never give up. Never say never. She was a patient advocate, a Pied Piper, a queen of one-liners, a rum and coke connoisseur, a smiling source of positive energy, appreciative of sunflowers and sunset. One of her favorite expressions was that, you can finish it, the words begins with a B and ends with a T. She was the wind beneath our wings, who always looked at tomorrow as a new day. Now I'd like to call on sharing their memories. In this order, first, Dr. Lee Cranmer, Carrie Silvers representing the nursing staff at St. Joe's, and Dennis Conoyer of the American Cancer Association.
My name is Lee Cranmer, and I had the honor of serving as a member of the team caring for Anna since her diagnosis about 22 months ago. At that time, she was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer. We're able to cure many people with this disease, but obviously not all, as her case illustrates. I don't want to, however, review the medical details of her case, but I would rather to focus on what she had to teach us through her experience. A tragedy in Greek drama, by definition, involves a tragic event, often linked to some overpowering force. The point of the drama, though, is not the overpowering force. It's how the protagonist reacts to it and addresses it. And Anna clearly faced such an overpowering force in the form of a sarcoma, actually another word from Greek, sarcome, meaning fleshy tumor. And that's basically how this started clinically. During the course of her illness, she had a great deal of bad news, particularly in the last 6 months of her life. But I never saw her give up. At one point, we were trying to decide how to proceed, whether or not we should undertake some very aggressive treatments. And she told me she'd think about it. She came back for her next appointment and said, "I choose life." And that's how we proceeded. That being said, she was never unrealistic during the course of her illness. She developed a great understanding of the challenges of the illness and of patients with cancer, both from the technical standpoint, but also from the personal standpoint. She continued to share her understanding that she developed with other cancer patients through her continued work with the American Cancer Society, even while she was in the midst of this illness. With the constant support of her family, I got to see her mature in front of me over this 22 months and grow as a person despite the seemingly impossible challenges she faced. So Anna illustrated for me this important lesson. We will all face tragic events over which we have no control, but we do have the power to decide how we will respond. Anna chose to make the world better because to do otherwise would have allowed the cancer to win. And I can tell you it didn't. Anna's final thoughts to me when I saw her in her final hospitalization just this last week related to my work as a cancer researcher. And she asked me, "What are you going to do to stop this from happening to others in the future?" And I never intend to be without a good answer for Anna. Thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts with you. My sincerest condolences to Anna's family and all of her friends, both here and not. And I certainly am very proud that Anna considered me one of you. Thank you.
Shalom, Greenberg family, Rabbi Eisen, and friends. I feel it an honor to be here representing the staff of St. Joseph's Neurointensive Care Unit. So, who comes for your final goodbye? Sorry. I didn't know why Anna had been dropped into my life until yesterday morning when I started putting into words my feelings as well as the feelings expressed by my peers. I'm proud to say that I converted into the Jewish faith 17 years ago, and since that day, I've been searching for a living example of what it means to be a Jew. Anna proved to be that example. After our first meeting, I realized that Hashem uses good people to do great things. And I'm here today to say, final thank you, Anna. for being a great woman who used your life to serve and to teach us all. That day you joined our family in the neurointensive care unit. You, Anna, changed the course of my life, along with the lives of so many people who work in our unit. Most of the people who work in our unit, except me, are not Jewish. You, Anna, are our ambassador. You led a Jewish life. Through all of your pain, you maintained our Jewish values, our Jewish beliefs. You demonstrated a love and consideration and selflessness, worrying about everyone but yourself. You defied all odds and living only as Anna Greenberg could. I thank you for being stubborn and resolute. When I say stubborn, it is out of admiration and awe. Those who were close by on Sunday learned the very meaning of the word. We all thought you had left us, and maybe you had, maybe for a short time, long enough to fool us all. Anna, I do not know how you did it, but in the blink of an eye, you decided you hadn't finished your journey on this earth. You came back and asked two things. First, you asked, why is everyone crying? And then you looked right at me and asked, are you starting to write my obituary? At that time, I had no question in my mind that you were calling the shots. And in that moment, when you resolved to come back to fight like no other, you reclaimed your existence and you gave us all hell for ever doubting you. I asked myself and our friends who were working that day, Meredith, Robin, Rachel, and Dr. Anoha, how does she do that? I marvel at your will. I celebrate your strength to this day, and I'm forever grateful, Anna Greenberg, for your courage and your conviction. I owe this life's lesson in Judaism to you. I would like to read a quote from Dealing with Death, the Jewish approach to death and mourning. We do everything in our power to sustain life and avoid death, for each and every moment of life is sacred, as it houses the soul's presence in our world and constitutes an integral part of its divinely ordained mission in life. On the other hand, the moment of death is accepted as the will of the true judge, who alone knows when the soul's mission in the physical world has been fulfilled. Anna, you are with Hashem. I know you will keep him on his toes. He needs your spirit next to him. Your remarkable humor and insight might just help him understand what the heck is going on down here on earth. I'm going to end this poem dedicated to my neurointensive care unit, all the loving and caring staff who had the privilege of knowing Anna. It is paraphrased from Claire Ann Stevenson's In Memory of You. Today I light a candle and watch the flame at play, a candle lit with all our love on this memorable day. Gone, but not forgotten, forever in our hearts. The candle flame reminds us we are never far apart. A life and love remembered, we honor you this day and celebrate the moments time can never take away. We love you, Anna Greenberg, from the Neurointensive Care Unit staff.
Before I speak on behalf of the American Cancer Society, I would like to read to you some heartfelt messages from Nadine Hansen, who is here today but asked me to speak on her behalf. These are Nadine's words. I was blessed to be able to be a part of Anna's life. She always referred to me as her mentor, and she is the one who guided me, teaching me about strength and friendship. I will always be grateful for the day that she walked into my office at the March of Dimes, as a teenager and told me she wanted to make a difference. With an infectious smile like her mom's and the ability to ask for money like her dad, she became unstoppable. She always set high goals and approached them with a quiet and driven determination. From being the most successful March of Dimes youth leader and fundraiser, stepping easily into her role as a community director, she is a remarkable advocate. Her path led her to the American Cancer Society, and she took my hand and led me there as well. Thank you, Anna, for embracing me as your friend and for becoming my mentor and taking me along with you during your journey. Love and AD. On behalf of the staff and the volunteers of the American Cancer Society Great West Division, I would like to express our deepest sympathies to Anna's family. Anna became an employee of the American Cancer Society in July of 2010. As her supervisor, I was hoping she would make a great addition to our team. Within minutes of her first day, that hope became a reality. Her friendly personality, smile, laugh, and positive attitude immediately brought the energy level to our office to new heights. Anna's responsibilities included recruiting and training volunteers, conducting Relay for Life events throughout Cochise and Graham counties. Anna traveled many miles supporting those communities and worked many late nights and weekends, attending community meetings and events. Never did she complain about the workload, but instead enjoyed the opportunity to get to know her volunteers and develop strong, lasting relationships. I know some of them are here today celebrating her life, and they were with her throughout her entire journey. Anna took control of her health, losing between 90 to 100 pounds and eating by example of what the American Cancer Society encourages people to do. She could have easily isolated herself from the public when she was diagnosed with cancer, but instead used the diagnosis as a platform to educate young people about the possibility of getting cancer and how important it was for a person to know their body and visit their doctor if changes occur. She took advantage of every service the American Cancer Society provides and used the power of social media to tell everyone how great they were and how proud she was to work for our organization. For almost 2 years, Anna fought her cancer head on and always with a positive disposition. Throughout her treatment, Anna attended many Relay for Life events in Southern Arizona, proudly participating in the Survivor Lap, with her family walking beside her as loving caregivers. She continued to raise money for her events, oftentimes being the top individual fundraiser, and in fact, being the top individual fundraiser in Arizona in 2012. And I'm sure if I asked all of you, you all had dozens of emails from Anna asking for support. What can I say? She was a great fundraiser, whether for the American Cancer Society or the March of Dimes. Anna served as an honorary survivor speaker in 2012 at our statewide Relay for Life Summit, speaking to over 400 volunteers, even though she was suffering through some really bad headaches and vision loss due to her brain tumors. Anna was also recognized at our recent Divas in the Desert Gala event and had the opportunity to talk to and have her picture taken with Jennifer Hudson. I remember Anna calling me on Saturday morning the next day saying, "Dennis, you won't believe this. Jennifer Hudson had the opportunity to meet me today." And I believe she said the same thing when she met Bette Midler, or Bette Midler met Anna. Anna will always be remembered for her courageous fight, her positive attitude, her smile, and contagious laugh. Although Anna's life was cut short way too soon, she will always live forever in our hearts and memories. Thank you, Anna, for your dedication and commitment to the American Cancer Society. Your name will forever be on a Relay for Life luminaria bag, inspiring all of us to finish the fight and put an end to this disease once and for all.
Now I'd like to call up from her family in this order. First, Tony and Jasmine, and Aaron, Sadiq, Ben, and Isaac.
Basically, I'd just like to share one neat moment with Anna. We were down here right before one of her surgeries, and it was pretty neat to see that instead of worrying about herself, she was worried about, she had all these stuffed animals, and her main focus was to go to the children's hospital and give these animals to these unfortunate children who were going through their difficult times. And my family had the opportunity to do that with her, with both of my kids. So.
My aunt Anna Greenberg, who is now 28 years old, is my hero. My aunt has gone through a lot in her 28 years of life. Anna. My aunt Anna Greenberg, who is now 28 years old, is my hero. My aunt has gone through a lot in her 28 years of life. Anna's first challenge when she was 24 years old. She weighed 247 pounds and is at a 5'3" and height. Anna's second challenge was getting tumors. Anna's third challenge was 21 pictures and later in a 3.5-year time frame. The only way she has overcome the last 3.5 years of craziness, positive attitude. My Anna was told by her doctor that she was on the verge of becoming type 2 diabetic and needs to do something very soon about it. But she started walking and going to the gym. Anna spent approximately an hour and a half there 6 days a week. Anna also started watching a test food sheet. It took her 18 months to lose 90 pounds. Anna started to run marathons. She ran 1 half marathon and 2 5Ks and enjoyed running. Anna finished all of the races and her times were getting faster with each race. The tumor started taking over her life. Anna got her first tumor in her right inner thigh, which grew to a pound spot. This happened a few months after she reached her 90-pound weight goal. The tumor was removed and she was told that it was non-life threatening. A few months later, the doctor did an X-ray and found another mass in her right lung. The doctor removed 20% of her right lung due to that tumor. A few months later, she was not feeling well and went back to the ER. They did a scan on her head and found another tumor in her brain. The tumor was the size of a chicken. The doctor removed that tumor and a few months later they found 2 more tumors in the same area, in the same area where they removed the other one. They removed the 2 tumors from her brain. At the same time, they found spots on the liver, on top of her pelvis, and now throughout her lungs. The latest found has been blood clots in her legs from ankle to her thigh and in her lungs. Anna has gone through 2 surgeries since the start of her not so good life. My Aunt Anna is a fighter. Anna has fought through all 2 surgeries. Anna came out of each surgery with a smile and bravely fought to the very end. My Anna is a hero in my eyes because she has lost 90 pounds of weight in 18 months. Anna has had tumors removed from all over her body and fought for her life every day with the tumors still in her body. Anna has blood clots in her body that could take her life at any time. Anna may not have won the race with the cancer in her body, but won everything else in her life. This is why I'm going into the medical field as a doctor, so I can help people like my Aunt Anna stay healthy and peaceful all of my children.
Guys, you're killing my phone. Would you stop tagging me? It's just been a testament to Anna and to our family, more Anna, how technology has really kept her in touch with all of you. We're being streamed right now on cam.com, so all those of her friends and family members that can't be here can be here. And she lived her life online and publicly. And fortunately, you guys were all here for us and for her, and you know, her body might have lost the battle with cancer, but she lives on in all of us. And today is a good day because we get to continue her fight. We get to continue the fight to run with Anna, to lose weight if we need to lose weight, to be there for our family, to be there for our friends, to have that attitude and just be positive about life. There's as she got to know sweet Georgia Brown, ain't no time for that. We're trying to play a special moment that we posted online with her hero, Bette Midler. And most of you had the opportunity to hear it and listen to it, and I'm trying to put it up now. The phone call that she received in the last few days of her life, where she still was so giving and had one last request for Bette, and that was to sing her "Wind Beneath My Wings." And you know, that was a special song for Anna and I as well, as she and I had danced to it often. So without further ado, Thank you guys for all listening. I just have one last thing for my kids. When I first walked in, as we were all walking in, I couldn't turn to my left. I didn't want to look at it. It made it real. And I say that because I want to thank all of you for this today. And over the course of the last few years, before Anna's journey with cancer and during it, because they say it takes a village to raise a child, and it also takes a village to hold people's hands. And I know so many of you held your hand for the last few years. I want to say thank you. When my sister passed, my dad shared a book that had 365 readings, and gave that my sister Pat blessing. It's a beautiful poem about the animal and how much the animals bring us reminders of who we are. And I was hoping to, I just speak but Anna, I was hoping to give this to you. It's two images. When she was in Menlo, she would call me, and a lot of our relationship was about a lot of the deeper parts of life. And she would call me and ask all different sorts of questions about health and all this spirituality. And she asked me about the blue jay, because she said that it just kept coming to her. And asked me like what that meant. And so we researched it and we looked around and what she turned to me and she said that eventually she came to a place where she started referring to the blue jay as for what's called a power animal. It's the animal friend that most deeply reflects like your mission and purpose on this earth. And yesterday I went up to Mount Lemon, and Gretchen dragged me up there and said, "You need this," to honor her passing. And after being visited by many butterflies, a blue jay flies up, and it's about 4 or 5 feet away from us and starts to play for the longest time. And then it was her. And I said hi, and hung out and talked with her for a little bit. And it reminded me of this unfinished piece that I started for her a while ago, but never completed. And my plan with this piece was to put all the strengths and characteristic traits of the blue jay interspersed with the beauty and the strengths that I see in her, as the border and all around. And well, as you can see, I never
got to that point to do that, I'm going to start by sharing those words with you now. With the plan of finishing it, framing it, and dedicating it at one of your sites that was originally intended to be a healing grove for this life, but now as a grove of trees that will spread over the lessons that you can teach us. Some of the Blue Jays' gifts include the understanding how to use power wisely, courage, the power of presence, learning how to be in the eternal now, fearlessness, resourcefulness, and adaptability. Boiled down, we are bold and fearless, hold the power of presence at the level of nobility, and know how to use their power to protect those around them. Sound like anyone you know? This fearlessness and deep love is shown how jays will often gang up and drive away hawks and owls to protect their young and their flock. They are considered the watchdogs of the neighborhood. Anna, you are this and so much more. I hope you. The way you lived your life and the way you ended it were exemplary of all the noble qualities. You taught us all so much. You know, it's I've read a lot about the journey of cancer and the battle of it, and I saw a headline that said that my sister had lost the battle with cancer, and I looked at it and I'm like, no, she didn't. She taught us how to live our life. To be honest. And I want I want to tell a story, a bit about what carried into it. The nursing staff from St. Joe's. Just how she lived her life until that day that she passed. And it was 3 days before she would actually pass. And, the 3 days before that, she was partying in her hospital room. We had up to 30, 40 people in her hospital and hotel room. She acted like it was. I remember the line that she said when she returned to the hospital this last time was she joked around with one of the nursing staff and she came back and she missed the food. But for 3 days she partied it up. She said I love yous, and in some cases her goodbyes. She said everything she needed to say. She was ruthless about it. She was filling out books, making sure that we had something when she passed, and that was Anna. And so, to me, cancer did not beat her. It showed us how to live, and she's just a shining example. And after those 3 days, she was exhausted. She was tired. She went into a state where a lot of us didn't think she was gonna come out. And so we thought it was the end. And compassionately, they were going to mention more things to help her ease her pain and to slip away from this world. And my brother Isaac and I had a conversation with her earlier that time, where we had a beautiful conversation. One of the things that Anna said is like, we're winning, right? We're winning. Yes, Anna. Like, we won. And so, a few hours later, when she was out to this world, and we were all huddled around her crying, she wakes up, she looks all around, like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you crying? And, after turning to Iris and Gary, she looks me straight in the eye, like, Death Grip. I thought you said I was going to win. And I just looked at her, started crying. And she's like, I'm not a dog. Like, you're not going to put me to sleep. That's Anna. She's like, I'm not going anywhere but you are. And she did it on her terms. And that's the life that, as Aaron had put it, that, I think she'd want us all to live. It's the life on our terms. And she did that. So today I stand here and I celebrate my beautiful baby sister's life. Because the word I want to come to mind, I won't say in this guy, but she was amazing. So thank you for teaching us everything that you taught us. And in honor of both your requests, she asked that a song be sung at her memorial service. And also in reflection of my going up to the mountain yesterday, and seeing her there in the form of a blue jay, and we sing a song, I saw her, which is I lift my eyes into the mountains. This is to you, my dear blue jay. I'm not going to get through it. I lift up my eyes into the mountains, from where your help comes. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will not let your foot be moved. God who watches you will not slumber. Behold, God who watches those who struggle with God shall not slumber or sleep. I love you.
I would like to start by thanking all friends and family who helped bring love and hope to me, Jody, our whole family, and most importantly to Anna, encouraging Anna to fight so hard. I'd secondly like to thank all the friends that I did not know we had. The outpouring of love that our family has received over the past 19 months has been dumbfounding. Thank you for teaching me how to be a better friend. I would most importantly like to thank the medical staff who not only looked away as they honored Anna's wishes by allowing constant parties in her hospital room, and especially to those who brought her rum and cokes, thank you. But even more so, for opening up their world to become vulnerable and allowing themselves to know Anna, not only as a patient, but as a friend, daughter, sister, and loved one. Anna never wanted to be just another patient. Anna wanted to make sure her journey was recognized as a path to help find the cure, so no other person would experience such. She always joked that she loved her job at ACS so much that she too got cancer, so she could take a bigger stand in her fight to help cure cancer. And her biggest wish was that no one would ever have to experience the pain she experienced, and she experienced a lot of pain. One of the most amazing parts of this journey for me was watching Anna's doctors and nurses stand by her bedside as part of our family as she passed away and joined us in tears. I never believed I would see a team of medical professionals cry as much as they did at the loss of a patient. Anna was their friend, but just as she was a friend to everyone she knew. I am very fortunate to call her my friend, best friend. She's not and never was just my sister. And most importantly, we both know exactly how we each felt about each other. Hinda Searle is a very special name. It was the names of my two great-grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, which were given to Anna at birth. This last Friday, my newborn daughter was gifted her name by Anna as both Hinda Searle and Emily Rose. In fact, Anna would dream of our baby girl a lot during the last couple months before she was born. One night, I finally asked Anna what was the name that she was calling the baby in her dreams, and Emily was the name she gifted us. It is such an honor to us to know that our baby girl was so important to Anna in her fight and journey. And it is a shame that Emily will not grow up to be spoiled by her Aunt Banana. But, of course, Anna made sure that she could, in her own special way, through a video message filled with life lessons and directions on a path of what is defined as Annitude. She filmed this message this past Friday morning prior to Emily's baby naming ceremony while holding Emily in her arms, and it was perfect. Emily cried during all the perfect dramatic points in Anna's message. I anxiously await to share this video with Emily when she is old enough to know just how important this video will mean to her entire life. It means the world to me. Taking on the name Hinda Searle is more than just Anna's namesake. This name is one that comes with great expectations of love of self, love of family, and love of community. I promised Anna that I would raise Emily Rose in that same spirit as she lived her life. Thank you, Anna, for this gift, which will stay with me, Jody, and Emily for the rest of our lives. I promise you to always raise Emily Rose in the continued path of Annitude which you have paved for her. Anna will always be remembered. The proof is right here in this room, and all those joining in spirit and by streaming video. Hello. In fact, I believe Anna has more Facebook postings this week than anyone else on the web, by all her friends and strangers alike who have honored and remembered her. In fact, I'm more than positive she's more popular on Facebook this week than even Bette Midler. Thank you to everyone for making Anna's life that much better. So each day she could fight harder to make this world a better place. I'll truly miss you, Anna. I love you, my baby sister.
You wouldn't think I'm the crier in the family, so I'll get through this. Hey, baby sister. What an amazing story your life has been. You're absolutely beautiful and definitely lived up to the meaning of your name, the meaning of gracious. You've been gracious to everyone you have encountered, and thousands of those you have never met. As I stand here, it says, Thou lifnei mi'ata med, know before whom you stand. We have to stand in front of greatness because of your presence. And when I think of my sister, there are two words that come to mind: gracious, the meaning of her name, and beautiful. You and I have always had an incredible relationship from the day you were born. Many people thought we were twins because we have very similar facial features, similar personalities, and the ability to selflessly put others first. I laugh because I live up to my name, which means laughter, and it humors me that your grace has inspired so many people in so many different ways. All you're being is you. You're the Anna I've always seen and will always love. Anna and I have had many conversations about topics, but throughout the life, I have always told her to be herself, laugh, and have a positive attitude. Anna and I are optimists, and through my life experiences, I've always told Anna to live her life to the fullest, even before she had cancer. And Anna lived her life by making other people smile. Anna is a greenbird, and for those who know greenbirds, we are blunt, inappropriate, and do things on our own terms. However, we are also selfless, believe in community, and we are loyal to the ones who we love. And that's what I'll say. Anna, this fucking sucks, but you're fucking awesome. And I might be in a synagogue, but my synagogue has been in many places throughout the world, and not so pleasant places. So this is just a house of worship, but worship is internal. And that even says in my notes, Rabbi, I might change the word, but that's not how I felt. But your life is beautiful. The last five days of your life are absolutely incredible. Not many people get the opportunity to say thank you to all the people that you have influenced their lives and finish their lives on their terms in such a beautiful manner. People in this room have been following you on Facebook and know stories about your weight loss, your involvement in the American Cancer Society and March of Dimes, your journey to beat cancer, the conversation with Bette Midler. However, those parts of your life doesn't stand out to me when I think of my sister Anna. Anna always said I was her hero. It's just like we discussed many times the night before you passed. I was just being me. I'm no hero, Anna. You're my hero. You always told me you wanted me to keep you safe, and that was my job, to keep you safe. I was put on this earth to protect my baby sister and to be honest with you. It's been my honor to be your brother and be that man you looked up to as a hero. And I will continue to fight like hell for the rest of my life. Nevertheless, just like normal siblings, we also fought, like all siblings do. When Anna was little, she used to wet her bed. And one day she pissed me off, so I pissed on her bed. And I remember getting in lots of trouble, or Anna got in a lot of trouble. Many years later, she got her payback. A few years ago, when I was visiting home, I made my sister upset. So she took all my boxers, got them wet, and threw them in the freezer. I just laughed, and Anna finally got her payback, and it was good. Anna was good. Actually, Anna is amazing. 15 months ago, I married the woman of my dreams. My wife, Felicia. The only woman that can tolerate my shit, besides Anna. 3 days prior to Anna flying to Orlando for our wedding, she called me that she couldn't make it to our wedding because the doctors told her it was too dangerous. Anna was devastated. I was devastated. And Anna did what was necessary to make it to our wedding. The doctors finally gave her permission that Anna was already on the tarmac. She did what's necessary for her to live and to be there for me. It was an amazing gift Anna has ever given me. Anna, I will cherish dancing with you at my wedding and seeing your sisterhood develop with Felicia the last 3 years. Thank you. Anna, you have one. You're my hero. Thank you for being my biggest cheerleader. I love you. Felicia loves you. Our future family will love you. And I hope your prediction comes true. And too, thank you. Thank you for being so gracious.